Okay.
They're not great. Okay.
What about the hair? Do you like the hair change?
All right, we're live. We're live. I'm just letting some people know.
You're looking at you got a Joe Dirt vibe going on.
Do you
like it?
It's I mean, you're giving me David Spade vibes with the mullet. Is that a
Does it turn you on? Do you like David Spade?
I'm not gonna answer that question.
Let me introduce everybody, by the way. First, we have Neely stepping up to the plate. She is a cast member of mine on Camp Getaway. Say hi.
Hi, I'm Neely.
You are. And then we have Trip. How you doing, Mr. Trip Art? I think you were labeled Neely's ex on the
yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Neely's ex.
Not bad, Trip. Not bad.
This is Rami. So now that everybody who's watching knows who we're dealing with here, this was an episode 2, where I invited Trip up secretly to camp, knowing that Neely and Trip had dated before. So I brought Neely's ex to camp without her knowing.
Yes, you did.
Trip, how would you describe being stowed away on a random? How did you get up to camp? You got up after me. Let's just start there.
Well, I was on a boat, and where was I?
You're like a pirate.
I'm a pirate. I'm a fucking pirate. No, where was I? I was in Martha's Vineyard on a boat, and then we went somewhere else. But I took a tiny little prop plane to some airport, and then that airport took me straight to the nearest airport at the camp. And then from the camp, I took an Uber, and then I went straight there. I didn't know what was going to happen or what I was getting myself into, but, I mean, I love camp. I mean, I went to camp for 10 years, and, helping y'all, get hired on the show was just like, I want to see it. I want to see what happens. And plus, I wanted to hang out with you, Neely.
Dude, and we love you for that trip. We love you, man. We love you, bro. So just want to say thank you to you.
Yeah, of course.
It's always good to express gratitude, and we're very grateful.
Yeah, man.
So Neely, how did you feel when Trip came up? And did I tell you first, or were you surprised? I forget.
No, you did not tell me. You did not tell me that Trip was coming. I was definitely surprised. Like, Trip and I, at that point in time, had not talked in a little while, so it was a little bit of a shocker. But honestly, I really don't think they did it justice on what they saw. Was the fact that, like, Trip is the most fun person you've ever met in your life, and he is the most, like, free-spirited and, like, has this energy that is just, like, so fun and insatiable. And, like, it was good to have him there, especially coming off a week where I had just gotten in trouble. To have Trip show up was a little bit stressful at first, but then to have him there was definitely a little bit of a relief, because he kind of got me out of my head and was just like, just have fun and let's dance and, like, let's just have fun this weekend at camp. And it was as stressful as it was coming from last weekend, and then to have him randomly show up, I got over that pretty quickly by Trip's just general demeanor. Because
it's so classic. This is perfect.
He is such just like a relaxed guy, and I am not a relaxed person. I'm a very, I don't want to say uptight, but, like, I'm a very kind of stressed person. And it was good to have Trip there to de-escalate me for that weekend, especially because I was particularly stressed that weekend after I had absolutely failed at a birthday party, which you also did, but I got in trouble for.
When I was giving you a back massage, I could, like, I'm not joking, I could feel it, you were like a rock. You were like, I could get a pickaxe and just go, yep, it's not working. It's not working. We're going to have to get the jackhammer.
Yeah, I was stressed. I literally, at the time, like, I was doing like 3 different jobs at the same time, and I was not sure if I was doing them well.
You were
because
doing
I had
great.
just started all 3 of them. So it was nice to have you there as like a de-escalator for my stress because I was a ball of stress.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
Well, we made it, right? We all worked together.
I mean, I guess we did it. We're gonna see.
Let's talk about some errors and omissions. I mean, Trip, I mean, you said there was a lot more that went down than actually was.
There was so
Yeah,
much
they cut so much stuff, man. Like
they did cut a lot of stuff.
we were shagging at one point, and for those who don't understand,
Shagging
I'll explain. Yeah. It's like in the South, shagging is a term of like swing dance.
Yeah.
So we were dipping, we were swirling. It was awesome. It was like probably the highlight of my time at camp with Neely.
Yeah, well, and like Trip taught me how to shag, which is a style of dance in South Carolina where he's from. And like you really viewers didn't get a chance to see all of the interactions with Trip and I that really showed why I had initially fallen for him and was falling for him again that weekend. Trip, I tend to be a very high-strung person and a very driven person, and Trip is a driven person too, don't get me wrong, but like I tend to be very stressed about things all the time, and like my shoulders are always up here, and whenever I hang out with Trip, he just like brings me down. Like he like
Aww. Aww.
he's like human Xanax in a sense. Like he just like totally mellows me out, and it makes sense when you see us interact in person. And I don't think that particularly came across on what was shown.
No, it didn't. It was stale.
Yeah.
Stale. But that's okay. The producers have a certain amount of time to put things in, and as things evolved, the narratives change. So
yeah. I mean,
that's kind of it.
TV shows go as they do.
Yeah. And your state of mind at that time was like, what is he doing here? What is going on? Can I trust him? What's just like your synapses were just going all over the place. And I know I was trying to help calm you down, and help you feel at ease, but it was so overwhelming for you that I think that ultimately is what made you decide that you just wanted to, wait, and see how things go, which is totally understandable.
I mean, I think I'm not gonna lie here. Like I think the reason
you're a liar, you lie.
I'm not a liar. No, I want to clarify.
I'm the drama guy, Trip. I'm the drama guy. You want to come at me?
I want to clarify. Down the king. Is that like I didn't just want to wait and see how things went. It was more of like I wanted to. We hadn't really hung out that much in quite a while, so it wasn't necessarily me being like, let's just see what happens. It was more me like being, we should reconnect a little.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to
do. And see if we're still on the same page.
Right. Hey, that date. So little does anyone know, Neely and I went out on a date.
Spoilers, Trip.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Back it up.
Not yet.
No. It's not known.
It's not known, which is why it's spoilers, which is why we should.
Oh, okay.
Everyone is curious what happened.
Or not happened.
We can't say that yet because it's a spoiler and we signed a contract.
Oh yeah, we had this kind of contracts.
I don't remember.
They gave me a piece of paper and I said, "What is this?" Okay, bye.
We have some questions from the folks here, and somebody is asking where did your shoes go, and how did you lose your shoes, or is it something that you do at camp specifically?
I actually know the answer to this.
Tell
Did someone
Neely,
set it
Neely,
up?
you answer.
No, Trip, go first. Trip, go first.
Well, I mean, I lose things all the time. My brain's a big puzzle. Doesn't make sense. And I just kind of walk around and lose things. I mean, we all do, right? But I lose things more than others. And I was just like walking around, and then I lost my shoes, and I was like, oh, don't know where they went. So I'm just going to keep walking around. But I like walking shoeless. I'm from South Kakalaki. We don't wear shoes around there. So, I mean, but it was funny because Neely called me like 2 weeks ago, and I'll let you take it from there. So we found where the shoes were.
Okay, so I was on the phone with production a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about Trip, and they were just like, we actually found in the footage where Trip's shoes went. Because it didn't show it, but the whole weekend Trip had no idea where he left his shoes, which was so funny. And they told me where they found Trip's shoes, which was that he used his shoes as one of the bases during slip and slide kickball.
Don't remember that.
So he left.
No way.
Don't remember it.
The bases
Come
for
on.
slip and slide kickball, and like I just found I found that so funny because that was day one, and we were there for 3 days, and
Yeah.
Trip had no shoes.
No shoes for 3 days.
No shoes for 3 days.
Shoes in the friggin' base.
Trip, did you play slip and slide kickball with me?
Huh?
Did you play slip and slide kickball with me? Because that's my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. I love it.
I don't remember. I can't
Slip
remember.
and slide kickball or keg softball or one of those things that requires bases. But I don't know. They didn't
Where I use
show
my shoe, I'll never see it again.
It requires bases. That's my favorite part.
I think my favorite part was the moment when I was just like, your feet are so dirty. And he was just like, I lost my shoes.
It's camp. It's
You
camp.
gotta give him credit for getting up there without shoes.
Exactly.
Not
Trip,
easy.
how did you learn how to hit such a bullseye twice, like under pressure? Like I don't know how you did.
Tell me. I want to know.
It's not necessarily pressure. It's just
Boy is amazing at archery for some reason.
I went to camp. I went to camp for 10 years, Camp Panicle, and I mean, I just loved archery, but I don't think I'd played in over 15 or done it in 15 or 20 years. I don't really like let the cameras. How do I put this? Cameras don't necessarily faze me. That I don't really. I just kind of just put these on and just be myself. And so there wasn't really any pressure to me. I was just having fun and
That's
hitting
good.
arrows.
So what you're saying is that you didn't try to hustle me. Into
No, I swear to God, I did it. I told you this.
You just let me give you an archery lesson and sucked at the archery lesson I gave you, and then all of a sudden became really good at it.
Ooh.
Quiet.
Okay. We live in Manhattan. Where am I going to go and practice shooting arrows? Like, where can we do
I
that?
mean, muscle memory for sure, but you cannot deny the fact that you asked me to give you an archery lesson, which I gave you, and you were terrible at it, and then literally 30 seconds later, all of a sudden, you made a straight up bullseye. Come on.
I promise
Come on.
you, if we do it again, I'm not going to be that good. It was just.
I mean, how crazy was that though?
Yeah.
And you were like, can you give me a lesson? And I gave you a lesson, and you missed like by 5 feet.
Well,
And then
I had to warm
we
up.
went to have a competition. You were like, bullseye. Come on.
I swear I was not. I was just like, let's do something fun. Why don't we have a competition?
I mean, you must have really needed a back massage because come on.
Well, I mean, I like back massages.
I'm teasing you. No, I believe that I know about muscle memory, but I still feel a little shady about the fact that literally 2 minutes before you made a bullseye. You squatted when you shot an arrow. Like that wasn't editing at all. That was for real life. I showed you how to do a form, and you were just like squatted. And you were literally 3 feet off from the target, and then like 3 minutes later, you're like, "Oh, just kidding, a bullseye. Just kidding, another bullseye. Just kidding, another bullseye." You made 3 bullseyes in a row. That's not an Nile. Get out of here. You are disregarding my argument.
Oh, to be honest, I wasn't even paying attention. I was just doing a funny. I just thought it was fun. I'm sorry.
See, the thing, Neely is a very competitive, extremely competitive.
I'm not competitive. I'm only competitive with myself, except when somebody tells me they're not as good as me. So, that's basically being competitive.
Yeah.
I never said I wasn't good as anyone. I just, But hey, how about what's the game with the thingies and the holes and the bags and you go boom?
Cornhole?
Yeah, cornhole.
Yeah, cornhole.
I beat you at that too, and you got really mad that I beat you at that.
Yeah, you know what? I might be competitive, but don't tell somebody.
Yeah, you are.
I deny that super hard on the show. So.
Yeah. Okay. Shh.
So thank you guys for coming on. This was a good experiment because I've never really done Facebook Live before, and it was really cool to be able to feature everybody in here and just chat about what went down. It was a great episode, and I thank everyone for watching. Neely, thank you. Trip, thank you, my man. And
rock and roll.
Keep rocking the vibe.
Neely, where are you going from here? You going to Vermont?
Me? Are you talking to me? Yeah, I leave for Vermont on the 31st. I'm leaving from Florida to go back to my home.
All right, before we give out any more details of your next location, let's end this broadcast now. We love you. Bye-bye.
Yes.